Well, good evening. I'm Eric Barajas, and tonight on Eyewitness News, the evening news, as the push for testing increases, we're taking a closer look at the struggle some areas are going through to get tests. Today, we asked Governor Greg Abbott about the issues some county officials say they're having in securing those tests. Here's what he had to say.
It's ramping up, and we continue to increase our testing in the state of Texas by an average of a compounded 10% per day. And I can tell you what's going to be happening in the next few weeks, and definitely as we head into May, there's going to be an extremely large amount of testing capability coming to Texas.
Now, of the counties reporting some big issues is Montgomery. ABC13 investigative reporter Ted Oberg spoke to the Montgomery County judge about the problems they're seeing there.
Certainly people here in Montgomery County are hopeful the governor is right when he says testing is about to ramp up across the state, but they're just not seeing it on the public side here in Montgomery County. Today, the governor's office called the judge here in Conroe to say 72 more test kits were on the way today. That would be a total of 136 sent from this whole thing began for a county of 600,000 people. But our investigation reveals it's not just a problem for Montgomery County.
Testing is ramping up at Conroe's Lone Star Family Health Center as supplies are finally coming in.
Prior to this week, we would request 200, 500, and we would get 5, 10, and then as
not
fast
100.
5.
Those are from a private supplier. The clinic is eligible for state supplies, but they're not easy to get, even for the county judge, who's asked the state for 2,000 test kits. So far, he's received
64 tests. You know, for a county of 600,000, that's a problem.
But this isn't just a problem for Montgomery County. 13 Investigates analyzed the level of COVID testing in every Texas county, and it doesn't show good news for the Houston area. The Houston Metro has 5 of the 20 most populous Texas counties, but our analysis shows none of them crack the top 40 in testing per capita. Montgomery County has done as many tests as Wichita Falls, which sits in a county a fifth the size of Montgomery.
That would tell me that somebody in Wichita Falls apparently has got some kind of connection with somebody that gives tests.
Wichita County officials say they pre-planned and got requests in early. But state data just obtained by 13 Investigates shows something is out of place. Despite having less than a quarter of the population, Wichita received more testing supplies from the state of Texas than Montgomery County did. But it's not just Montgomery County. Wichita got more than every Houston area county except for Fort Bend. These days, it's on every county and every clinic to get their own supplies.
Right now, you have to be very innovative. It's very difficult.
The state supply system is designed to augment local supplies, and the judge says the state told him priority goes to places with more positive cases.
But how do you show positive tests if you don't have kits to test people?
It's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it?
That clinic CEO and the judge all say that more testing is needed to show just how serious the problem is, and without that, they can't know when it's time to reopen places like schools and businesses and churches. The judge here has resorted to looking at hospitalization rates instead of just positive tests to try and give him some of that data. In Conroe, Ted Oberg, ABC13 Eyewitness News.
And while some counties like Montgomery have had issues with the testing, other counties like Harris, Galveston, and Fort Bend have expanded testing capacity and eased requirements. ABC13's Maya Shea just spoke to Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo about what's being done.
Well, the city of Houston and Harris County are both expanding their free drive-through testing capabilities. It's important to note that these tests are still a rarity through much of our region. Only 3 area counties offer drive-through testing, and if you live in one of those other counties that do not have this free testing available, you'll most likely have to drive somewhere else. The line at Butler Stadium started early. City health officials had the goal to test 500 people here and 500 more at Del Mar Stadium. Yesterday, the city tested around 650 people, far below its capacity of 1,000.
Yesterday was a good day in that we were ramping things up, but yes, there were a couple of speed humps. We're working through each one of those, and we expect that we'll be hopefully hitting 500 pretty routinely.
With changing testing protocols and a surge in demand, both city and county leaders say the testing situation isn't perfect. But here's the thing, at least Harris County have free drive-through testing. In our region, only 3 counties, Harris, Fort Bend, and Galveston, offer free drive-through testing. None of the other surrounding counties do. But the county judge says anyone can apply to be tested in Harris County.
The sites we receive from FEMA are meant to to be regional. So, and of course, the 2 sites that the county's created won't turn you away if you're not from Harris County. So the barrier, of course, is transportation.
Between public and private free testing, Harris County currently has 9 drive-through sites. Fort Bend County has 2 sites, both also free. And Galveston County will have 2 free sites starting tomorrow. Almost all require you to call the appropriate county health department and make an appointment, but none have residential limitations, which means if you can make an appointment and have transportation, you can be tested.
But we invite anyone in our surrounding areas to visit Ready Harris, fill out the online screening tool, and if you qualify, you have the right symptoms to be assigned to or choose one of our testing sites.
So the bottom line is this: if you need free testing and you have transportation, really calling one of the 3 counties that are offering free tests and making an appointment is your best option. If you have the ability to pay cash, there are a number of private providers that are offering COVID-19 tests today. Reporting from TransStar, Maya Shea, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
And millions of Americans woke up to extra money in their bank accounts. 80 million people were expected to get their stimulus money via direct deposit today. Eventually, up to 150 million Americans are expected to receive the one-time payment, though it will take longer for those who are expecting a check in the mail. And we also told you that those who are out of work should do with what they should do with that money. But what about those who still have their jobs? ABC 13 Shelley Childers has more from the experts.
For some Americans, this stimulus payment is extra padding in your bank accounts, but experts advise do not spend it frivolously. We spoke with personal finance expert John Lopez, who explained the extra $1,200 or more should be used for savings. That is, if you still have a job and still have a regular paycheck. He says every adult should have 3 months worth of expenses saved away. In case something happens, you have that money to fall back on instead of going into debt. Remember, we're not out of this crisis yet, and the future is not certain. Lopez says saving money should not be stressful, just do a little at a time.
Of every dollar that comes in, you want to have 10% going into an account, into a savings account. Even if it's $100, if $100 comes in, put $10 away, and then use the 90 to do something else. If it's $50, put $5 away.
We've also heard concerns from viewers about money being deposited into the wrong account from the IRS. So the IRS is overseeing these payments, and it's recommended you contact them directly if something is amiss. They have a dedicated website to answer questions and issues with these stimulus payments. And you can find a direct link to that IRS website on our website at abc13.com. For now reporting, Shelley Childers, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
A Sugar Land couple married for more than 50 years died less than a day apart. They both had COVID-19, and their family hopes their passing can bring attention to the virus and just how deadly it can be. ABC 13's Marla Carter spoke with their daughter and has more.
5 people in their family got COVID-19. That includes Wahida, her husband, along with her brother-in-law. Now, Wahida is currently recovering from the virus. She says her brother-in-law and her husband were both asymptomatic, but sadly, both of her parents died from the virus. Kazroon and Abdullah Wahab spent a lifetime together. More than 50 years.
It's a true love story, my parents, my mom and dad.
Their daughter, Wahida, says it's with that love they instilled values in their 5 children.
They taught us to enjoy life, not to hold anything back and be ungrateful, always be grateful.
The couple moved to Sugar Land in January from New York to live with Wahida. Then months later, around March 30th, they both started getting sick.
My dad, he just had the weakness and the fatigue and the vomiting. And here you have my mom, she has the cough.
Things progressed quickly. Within days, Wahida dropped them off at the ER.
The images keep replaying in my mind.
First, her dad.
I took him in on the 3rd to the ER. That's when I saw that he could not even walk.
The next day, she took her mom. Days later, her mother died on April 7th. Then her father passed the next day.
They always wanted us to teach people what we have learned. So that's what I'm doing. I want to build awareness to let people know how serious this is.
After 50 plus years together, they passed away hours apart. Marla Carter, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
And as we continue to follow the latest on advances in testing for coronavirus, one company hopes you'll be able to get tested at home. ABC 13's Raven Ambers has more on who could get those tests and how it would work.
A Houston-based company that provides at-home test kits to detect disease is now offering COVID-19 tests.
We've been testing celiac disease to cardiovascular conditions, prediabetes.
The tests are for people with severe symptoms who can't leave their homes. And now a partnership with the Houston Health Department is providing 250 kits free of charge. How it works if you qualify. A home health worker comes to your house to administer the swab test within 24 hours of you requesting it. Then they mail it off to a certified lab and you get your results back in 2 to 3 days.
So our online quiz will put you into those types of risk buckets and see if you're eligible to be tested if you're high risk. But I think as time goes on and more supply becomes available, people who might be more like a medium risk or a medium eligibility will become available for testing.
If you're trying to get a test on your own, you'll have to pay $135 up front. Then you can ask your insurance for reimbursement. The company has provided a quiz on its website to see if you qualify for an at-home test. To see if you qualify for a free test through the Houston Health Department, you can contact their COVID-19 hotline at 832-393-4220. Raven Ambers, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
And let's see what your weather's up to with Chief Forecaster David Tillman.
Yeah, it looks like we have one more nice day before things begin to change. We've got a stormy weather pattern beginning to take shape as we get into the end of the weekend, into the weekend especially. Check out first thing Thursday morning, upper 40s for Houston, mid 40s to the north, about 53 in Pasadena, 52 in Pearland. So another nice crisp day is on the way, and it appears that we'll have sunny skies coming up on Thursday as well. Humidity still going to be on the low side. You combine that with temperatures in the middle to upper 70s. Thursday is going to be just about as beautiful as what we had on Wednesday. How about Friday? Well, the humidity really begins to kick back in by then. Still upper 70s and low 80s for highs, but there'll be a chance for rain coming up on Friday. And when you combine Friday's rain with Saturday and Sunday's potentially heavy rain, some places in Southeast Texas could get anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain, and maybe even more than 4 inches of rain if you go out the next 7 days all the way through next Wednesday, because we've got another storm system coming in by then. So here's the forecast for your Thursday: sunny skies, no rain, 30% Friday, 60% Saturday, 70% on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday look dry, and then we'll be stormy all over again as we head into next Wednesday. Back to you.
Thanks for getting caught up with us on the evening news. Be sure to join us tonight at 10 on ABC 13. Good night.